Make sure you're reading the fine print once you're funded, because a small error like this can cost you the account. Welcome back to the Daily Nugget. It's day 127 of the 165. And during the evaluation on Alpha Capital, you're allowed to hold trades over the weekend. Once you're a qualified analyst, you're no longer allowed to do so. Now, I don't fully understand why they do this. If you do, let me know in the comments. But what I do know is that it's going to affect the outcome of my trades. So let's look at this long position on silver. So starting on the daily, we're currently trading in a premium area, and the daily looks to have shifted structure after we displaced lower through that point. And this is then interpreted, I guess, as a larger correction before price ultimately then sells off from this premium area. But looking at the nature of this current price here, this strikes me more as a move lower, potentially just to sweep these lows to the left before then we rally higher. Now, whether we come all the way up to these old highs, I think kind of remains to be seen. But from a macro perspective, still a lot of uncertainty in the market. I think commodities are still going to provide a bit of an inflationary hedge. And so with the dollar still being bearish, I see a bit of upside left in the tank for silver within this range, potentially to break these weekly and monthly levels, which rest a bit higher, but nonetheless bullish in the short term. Now, this position is from my backtesting session where I was backtesting week 18 of the year. This trade was taken on Friday, the 2nd of May. And so once we swept those 4-hour lows, you can see we had a bit of a shift in structure on the 1 hour after price had trickled a bit lower, which took place around the 70.5% OTE area. That was within the bullish order block, and then subsequently in a 15-minute fair value gap. We had the internal time-based liquidity sweep. We had our micro time frame confirmation on the 5-minute, and this was taken long with about 25 pips as a stop and 1:2 risk to reward. Now, technically, I would have had to close this before, market close. So at that point, price was still, break even, if that's where I would have had to close. So I would have walked away break even, probably a small loss, given that there would have been some commission or swaps or, just trading just below that entry, which would have been full take profit, which is what kind of concerns me with this change. So a break even, but if I'd let it run, it would have been a full TP day. There's nothing I can really do about this, so I'll just have to monitor how this kind of filters down to the money.